has some input on the Epic Center MOU?
Yeah, is he signing in with his name? Do you know?
I don't know.
Somebody's
He
signing in
tried to
as
sign in twice and just
okay.
now. Yep.
Okay, someone is trying to sign on as planning division, and I don't know who that is.
That's him. Yeah, I don't know why his name's not on there. Eric, get your name on there.
There's the mayor. All right. I think we got a quorum, Madam Clerk, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is our new West Ashley logo, folks.
Woohoo.
All right.
Yeah.
If you can't name that bridge, then you will fail your citizenship test to be a member of West Ashley. You can't name that bridge. So welcome all. This is the Committee on Real Estate. This is Monday, July 27, 2020. Councilmember Appel, if you want to lead us into a moment of silence or an invocation or whatever makes you.
Sure. Maybe let's start off the week with a moment of silence. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it. I hope everybody had a great weekend, relaxing and trying to enjoy a little bit of our wonderful city and our community with some of the natural amenities that we have available to us. So the first order of business is the approval of minutes.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
A second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you so much. All right, so the big ticket item on our agenda today is this memorandum of understanding with the Epic Center. And so who wants to take the lead on this?
Chairman, this is Susan Herdina. I can start.
That'd be a good idea.
And then there are several people who may want to comment or join in the conversation.
Yeah, I see their names popping up on my Hollywood squares. So welcome, welcome the Davis family. Good to hear from you and see you. So, Ms. Herdina, why don't you kick us off?
Sure, and I think Charlton has joined us too if we have any TIF questions specifically or generally, but this is basically a memorandum of understanding and agreement. We would be coming back to council at a later date with an ordinance, but basically, in short, what this agreement says, or it basically provides that for TIF revenue and proceeds that are generated in relation to the activities of the property, that those proceeds and revenues would go back to improve to the public improvements on the property. And so what this does is basically shows the city's intent that to the extent that the TIF revenues are generated as a result of this development, the Epic Center, that then the public improvements will be used to further the infrastructure and related matters there. The one thing that I think was important to the city overall was to make sure that there would be other TIF revenues available for other projects in that area. And so this agreement does that by restricting the revenues and proceeds to the property as it's defined in the agreement. There is a list of the TIF numbers and the properties attached to the agreement. If anyone has any questions about that. You'll also see in the agreement that there is a commitment to work on additional affordable housing, the parties attempting to obtain by working together additional housing than what is guaranteed through the PUD. So that is another good feature of it. I did want to note one point, and that is the attorney for Epic Center contacted me this morning, and we had in the agreement that it was a memorandum of understanding between the city and we called it the Epic Center LLC, the owner, but in fact, it should have been Epic Center LLC, the developer. So that is an error that we're in the process of correcting, and would provide a corrected agreement to council for consideration tomorrow night. And if Ginger or anyone else wants to talk about that a little bit further, but that is just a Scrivener's error. It should have been developer and not owner. That is stated in the first paragraph of the agreement, and any other place where we had referred to owner will be replaced by developer.
Very good. So I'll entertain at this point a motion to give the mayor authorization to execute this memorandum, and then we can go
Move for
into
approval.
discussions.
I move for approval, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilmember Jackson. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you very much. All right, so let's open the floor for council members to ask questions. And I know we have several folks available to chime in on this. Councilmember Waring, this is in the heart of your district, and you and I are on the Revitalization Commission with the mayor. So I'm going to give you my senior colleague the first time. If you have any questions or comments.
Well, I do have some questions. Well, the mayor has his hand up. I'm going to defer to the mayor.
Mr. Chairman, I do request, after we have some discussion here, that there's a little legal question I would have, and would just request that we have a short executive session to discuss that before taking any action on this.
Okay. Well, let's open the floor to questions and discussions first. And with that comment from the mayor, Councilman Waring, if you've got a question or comments.
Oh, no, I'm gonna defer for the legal matter in executive session. So I'll listen to my colleagues.
All right. Thank you, sir. Councilman Jackson.
Yes, I would just like to clarify. I know there's some public on. Can you tell us the position of the school district with this TIF? They're not participating, is that right?
I could hardly hear you there, the last part of that question. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said the school district is not participating in this TIF.
I think that's correct. I think that they had took a pass on both of our last two TIFs that were developed recently.
Well, I don't know. I thought, Mr. Chairman, they partially into this one. They're not in it fully, but I thought, Mr. Mayor, maybe you can help out on that, or Mr. Dessaso, but I thought they were in this TIF partially, but not. There was some kind of percentage deal there.
I think that's right. This was the first West Ashley TIF that we did, and they limited their exposure, so to speak, by way of percentage or number of years. Now, when we did the TIF out on Bees Ferry, they opted out completely on that one. Does
Right.
my memory sound correct on that?
Yeah, I think that's correct, Mayor. I think it was like 48% or something.
Yeah.
Mayor, this is Amy. Yes, that's correct. I think it was around 40% that they participated.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so if they're not, I don't see any more questions from council members. Mayor wants to go into executive session for a legal question.
Right. I will ask another question first, if I may, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Susan mentioned that after this, we still would have to do an ordinance. Just explain that again to me and what the timing would be like on that, Susan.
I'm going to unmute myself here. Actually, I may defer to Charlton on that because he knows the process a little bit better, but it's my understanding that we would have to do an ordinance that would actually set forth the particular infrastructure projects that we would be funding with the TIF revenues, but maybe I can defer to Amy or Charlton on that.
Yeah, this is Charlton. I just walked out to pick up off our printer the ordinance establishing the TIF district to confirm the answer to the question about the the county and the school district's participation. And I have it here. The county is participating for 20 years, which is a limitation as compared to the city's participation. But it's all those revenues, but it's a 20-year participation. And the school district will continue to receive 55% of the tax revenues it would have received but for the establishment of the TIF district. So the 45% number was correct as to the amount of TIF revenues that the city will get from the school district. They're going to keep 55%. And I'm sorry, what was the question while I was walking out to our printer?
Next steps, the ordinance that we would need to implement the agreement on the particular public infrastructure improvements, that would probably need to go back to an ordinance.
Yeah, exactly. And this memorandum acknowledges that, but expresses the intention that a lot of this will be memorialized and formalized in the actual public infrastructure improvement agreement, which is similar to the document that the city has had with some other TIF districts. So this is the first step, but outlines the parameters of what that agreement is going to say with much more specificity.
Okay, that answer our questions today. All right, so this is not on our agenda to go into executive session. So I think we need a 2/3 vote. Is that correct, Madam Susan?
No, I don't think you need a 2/3 vote. I think you just need to make a motion, given that there's a legal question that just came up, and just a regular vote on it will be fine.
All right, so Madam Clerk, if we do that, do we need to exit people out of here, or?
I can put you into a breakout room, just the committee members and staff.
Okay, all right.
And we'll cut the YouTube stream, and we'll put it back up when you come out.
All right, first I need to get a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, all right.
And
Any
Jennifer,
further discussion? All those in favor of going into executive session, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. So